Evaluating Walgreens NNN properties, here's what every investor needs to understand before writing a check. Walgreens is one of the most recognized names in net lease real estate. There are about 8,000 of these stores across the country, and they've been a staple of 1,031 exchange portfolios for decades. The story today is a little more nuanced than it used to be. Walgreens' credit rating got downgraded from BBB to BBB in 2024, which has pushed cap rates wider. And for buyers who believe in the long-term pharmacy model, that's actually created some interesting entry opportunities. Let's break down exactly what you're buying. Cap rates on Walgreens NNN properties are running 6% to 7% right now, which is wider than you'd have seen 5 years ago. That widening is a direct reflection of the credit downgrade. You're typically looking at a 10,800 to 15,000 square foot building on 1.5 to 2 acres on a hard corner signalized intersection. The initial lease term is 25 years, which is one of the longest in the entire NNN category, with up to 10 5-year renewal options stacked behind it. So the maximum potential occupancy on one of these buildings is 75 years. Entry price typically runs $4 million to $10 million plus, depending on the market and remaining lease term. The longer the remaining term, the tighter the cap rate. Here's why Walgreens still makes sense for a lot of buyers. First, these are real estate assets first. Hard corner signalized intersections with drive-through pharmacy windows in high-traffic locations. That real estate holds value independent of the tenant. Second, the 25-year initial lease term with absolute NNN structure means zero landlord responsibility. No roof, no taxes, no maintenance calls at midnight. Third, despite the credit noise, Walgreens Boots Alliance is still investment grade, still operating 8,000 stores, and the pharmacy business is supported by one of the most powerful demographic tailwinds in America, an aging population that is consuming more prescriptions every year, not fewer. And fourth, if you're a 1031 buyer looking for a truly passive, long-duration income stream, Walgreens properties that have 15 or more years remaining represent real value at current pricing. The lease structure is what makes Walgreens so compelling for passive investors. Most Walgreens leases are absolute NNN. That means the tenant pays every single expense: property taxes, insurance, maintenance, and critically, roof and structure. You as the landlord are collecting a rent check and doing nothing else. Lease terms are 25 years initially, with 8 to 10 5-year renewal options baked in. Older leases often had flat rent, no increases in the initial term. That's changed on newer deals, which increasingly carry 5% to 10% rent bumps every 5 years. Read the specific lease you're buying. That rent bump schedule can significantly impact your long-term returns. Now let me be straight about the risks, because that's what separates good advisors from guys just trying to close deals. First and most important, verify the current credit rating at the time of purchase. It was BBB as of our last update, but this has been trending lower. Know what you're buying. Second, Walgreens has been closing underperforming locations. This is not systemic panic, but it is real. Do your homework on the specific store you're considering. Look at the trade area, population density, and competing pharmacy locations within 1 mile. Third, the dark store risk. If a Walgreens closes, these are purpose-built pharmacy boxes on large hard corner sites. The good news is that redevelopment potential on a prime corner is actually strong. The risk is the gap between a Walgreens closing and a new tenant taking over. Understand what your property is worth vacant before you buy it occupied. If you're looking at Walgreens NNN properties in Florida, I'm happy to help you evaluate specific deals. I'm Ryan Solberg with MaxLife Commercial. We specialize in NNN investments across Central Florida and the broader Florida market. Whether you're doing a 1031 exchange or just looking for passive income, Let's talk through the specific property and make sure the numbers actually work for you. Visit maxlifedevelopment.com or call us at 321-586-2121